Once upon a time, there was a Buddhist monk named Bhante. He lived in a monastery in the heart of a forest, surrounded by nature's beauty. Bhante was known for his wisdom and his ability to help people find inner peace and happiness. One day, a young man named Kavi came to the monastery seeking Bhante's guidance. Kavi was troubled soul. He was struggling with addiction and depression, and he felt lost and alone in the world. He had heard that Bhante could help him find a way out of his misery. So he came to the monastery in search of answers. Bhante welcomed Kavi with open arms and listened to his story. He could sense the pain and the suffering that Kavi was going through, and he knew that he needed to help him find a way out of his misery. So Bhante shared with Kavi a powerful habit that could change his life forever. The habit I am talking about is the habit of mindfulness. Bhante said, mindfulness is the practice of being present in the moment, aware of your thoughts and feelings, and accepting them without judgment. It is the key to inner peace and happiness. Kavi was intrigued but confused. How can being mindful help me overcome my addiction and depression? He asked. Bhante smiled and said, mindfulness helps you observe your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. It helps you recognize the triggers that lead you to your addictive behavior and gives you the power to choose a different path. It also helps you accept your feelings of sadness and loneliness without letting them consume you. Kavi was still skeptical but decided to give it a try. Bhante taught him a simple mindfulness meditation that he could practice every day. The meditation involved sitting in silence, focusing on the breath and observing the thoughts and feelings that arose without judgment. At first, Kavi found it challenging to sit still and observe his thoughts without getting carried away by them. But as he continued to practice, he started to feel a sense of peace and calm wash over him. He noticed that he was more aware of his triggers and was able to resist the urge to indulge in his addictive behavior. He also learned to accept his feelings of sadness and loneliness without letting them control him. As Kavi continued to practice mindfulness, he noticed a significant shift in his mindset. He became more present in the moment, more aware of his thoughts and feelings, and more compassionate towards himself and others. He also started to feel more connected to the world around him and found a sense of purpose in helping others. Years went by and Kavi became a successful therapist, specializing in addiction and depression. He often shared the story of Bhante and the power of mindfulness with his clients, and many of them found it to be a life-changing experience. One day, a young woman named Nisha came to see Kavi. She was struggling with anxiety and stress and was finding it challenging to cope with her daily life. Kavi shared with her the story of Bhante and the habit of mindfulness and encouraged her to give it a try. Nisha was skeptical at first, but she decided to give it a try. She started practicing mindfulness every day and noticed a significant shift in her mindset. She became more present in the moment, more aware of her thoughts and feelings, and more accepting of them without judgment. As Nisha continued to practice mindfulness, she started to feel more at peace and more in control of her life. She also noticed that she was more productive and focused at work, and she was able to handle stressful situations with more ease. Years went by and Nisha became a successful entrepreneur running her own business. She often shared the story of Bhante and the power of mindfulness with her clients and employees, and many of them found it to be a life-changing experience. One day, Nisha was invited to speak at a conference about the power of mindfulness, and she shared the story of Bhante and the impact that cultivating mindfulness had on her life. After the conference, a man named Rahul approached Nisha and said, I have been struggling with anxiety and stress for years, and I don't know how to find peace. Can you help me? Nisha smiled and said, Of course, my friend. Let me tell you a story. Nisha shared with Rahul that story of Bhante and the habit of mindfulness. She encouraged him to start practicing mindfulness every day and gave him some tips on how to get started. Rahul was intrigued and decided to give it a try. As Rahul started to practice mindfulness, he noticed a significant shift in his mindset. He became more present in the moment, more aware of his thoughts and feelings, and more accepting of them without judgment. He also started to feel more at peace and more in control of his life. Years went by, and Rahul became a successful writer, writing books about the power of mindfulness and its impact on people's lives. He often shared the story of Bhante and the habit of mindfulness with his readers, and many of them found it to be a life-changing experience. Finally, the habit of mindfulness is a powerful tool that can help you overcome addiction, depression, anxiety, and stress. It can help you find inner peace and happiness and give you the power to choose a different path in life. So, if you want to change your life, start practicing mindfulness today and see the positive changes it can bring to your life.